Imagine waking up tomorrow morning, looking out your window, and realizing the world has completely frozen. Not the people, not the wheels of industry, but the very earth beneath your feet. We take our planet's movement for granted, treating it as an absolute certainty. But what if, in a single fraction of a second, without warning, the earth just stopped spinning? But if the solid earth stops, the laws of physics and inertia dictate that everything else keeps going. You, your house, the cars on the street, and the millions of tons of water in the oceans would be instantly hurled eastward at supersonic speeds. Incredible winds, twice as powerful as the most destructive hurricanes in human history, would tear across the continents. The atmosphere itself would physically scrub the surface of the earth clean, leveling cities into dust in a matter of heartbeats. Silence. A slow, eerie geographic transformation begins. Our planet isn't a perfect sphere. It bulges at the equator because the centrifugal force of its spin pushes the oceans outward. Without that spin, gravity becomes the sole ruler of the waters. The world's oceans would immediately begin to migrate away from the equator and head toward the poles, where gravity is strongest. A massive, unbroken global supercontinent would emerge around the center of the Earth, completely dividing the planet's water into two isolated polar oceans. Iconic cities like London, New York, and Tokyo would vanish beneath hundreds of feet of water, while the equator becomes a vast, hyper-elevated desert, cutting the world in two. A single day and night cycle would take an entire year to complete, matching Earth's orbit around the sun. One side of the planet would face the relentless, agonizing heat of the sun for 6 straight months. Temperatures would skyrocket to apocalyptic levels, baking the landscape and boiling away any remaining surface water. Meanwhile, the other half of the world would be plunged into 6 months of absolute freezing darkness, dropping temperatures into a permanent Arctic winter. Life would be pushed to the absolute brink, surviving only in the narrow, twilight borderland between the two extremes, a permanent shadow zone where the sun perpetually sits on the horizon. But the final, fatal blow wouldn't come from the weather or the waves. It would come from deep within the Earth's core. Our planet's rotation spins its liquid iron center, acting as a massive electric generator that creates our magnetosphere, an invisible magnetic shield that protects us from deadly space radiation. If the rotation dies, this cosmic shield collapses. Without it, the sun's relentless solar winds would gradually strip away what is left of our atmosphere. The surface of the Earth would be completely exposed to unfiltered cosmic radiation, mutating and destroying any remaining cellular life. The vibrant blue planet we call home would eventually transform into a silent, irradiated, barren rock. A graveyard mirroring the fate of Mars. We spend our modern lives chasing time, completely unaware that our very existence depends on a silent, ancient momentum initiated billions of years ago. Perhaps the Earth's constant, quiet rotation is one of those invisible miracles we rarely stop to appreciate. If this catastrophic day ever came, and you had to choose a side to make your final stand, would you brave the permanent scorched day, or risk the frozen darkness of the eternal night?